win. And that's what drives him.
He's the best player in the game. It's just that simple. There's nothing that Kobe Bryant can't do. He will defend your best player. He will shoot from the perimeter. He will get all in your mouth.
Including daughter Gigi.
He's the most complete
R.I.P. to y'all.
player in the game today. Bar none. He has an assassin's mentality. I said this week, I said this when the trade went down, and I'll repeat it again. Who's starving more for an NBA World Championship more than Kobe Bryant?
We're gonna have a good podcast today, you heard?
Separates Kobe from the pack.
There's enough more than time to celebrate. The irony, Kobe doing work. And Wayne dropped the album and had the big interview. Yep. Shout out to Drink Champs. Shout out to Nori. I remember when this song came out, you heard?
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Man. That's the definition of giving a nigga these flowers while they can still smell them, man.
I think this song's close to 10 years old now. Really? It's crazy.
Definitely. I'm just lost for words. I mean, he's amazing.
Yeah, I drop 40 on your double team. Then I drop 81 on another team. Yeah, you better guard me with caution. Yeah, watch I work them like an auction. No such thing as exhaustion. No time for rest. Cause I don't take breaks. I just break records.
We're gonna let this run for Kobe, you hear me?
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Everybody else did their shit for him. We're gonna let this run for Kobe, man.
That is a guarantee apparently. And please tell your defense don't ever bet with me. Double team, triple team. You didn't really stick with me, but I never let them get to me.
Literally.
Step back and give them a three. Ain't no defending me.
One guy's certainly envious of the way Bryant's played lately, LeBron James.
I've been quoted saying that he's definitely the best player in our league. To me, in my eyes, the best scorer in our league. And it's, I mean, I don't know if it's not another guy in this league that can accomplish something this league doing right now.
Never take a day off. Catch you at the top of the key and get a J off. Baseline, FaceTime, turned out like 2-3. Even 2-3, gotta love how I do me. Practice while you sleep, practice in my sleep. Straight out of high school, the brackets ain't for me. I will be jumping over you, and I got the matches at my feet and all field jets. You better be passing it to me. I put the master in the beast. Attack you like a beast, and I don't scar me for victory. And that means I'm a lead. And when they ask you who's the best, then the answer should be me. Who's the best player in the NBA?
Oh, it's still Kobe Bryant.
Really? Why?
Because you never know what you're going to get.
I'm going for the ring. I went to Beijing and came back with the bling. Who they want Kobe. And what he want? He want the trophy. Victory and the glory. No Shaq, no Robert Ory.
I forgot about that part.
You better be where the liquor down. Yeah, just give him the ball and he take it out. Yeah, I'll be properly dishing it to the salt. Yeah, I'll give it to these fish on the wing. Yeah, I'll just let your Ariza do his thing.
Yeah, you were talking about Ariza.
That nigga said Lil Ariza. That was young Ariza, yeah.
Do it for
magic.
It's showtime, baby. I see nothing wrong with doing it full time, baby. I'm the best, yes. And he
Gotta turn my head backwards for this podcast. I'll be in the fire in the next year.
Not just defense, to an assassin. Killer instinct, murder the basket.
Now for the timestamp if y'all ain't want to listen to this. I really don't give a fuck though. You letting that bitch run. Full 5 minutes in its entirety.
Free throw line. You hear him chanting. MVP. Kobe Bryant, aka MVP. MVP/NED. Whoever he is, he can't guard me. He can't guard me.
So, there you have it. The overwhelming answer was Kobe Bryant.
I like them little cuts in it too, like how it was going. Yeah, that's
R.I.P. Kobe.
R.I.P.
Kobe.
Man.
R.I.P. to everybody involved in that accident. That was a tragedy that happened. Let me introduce this podcast. Welcome to the One Cup In podcast. I was supposed to be Super Bowl shotty this weekend, but unfortunate circumstances happened, and I'm not in the Super Bowl mood yet due to the unfortunate incident that occurred last Sunday. We didn't have a podcast last week due to technical difficulties. We had some shit going on, but we back. We back on a somber note. We're gonna get this out the way early, so that for the rest of this podcast, we could be our regular selves, because none of us felt regular when the incident occurred Sunday morning. If you've been living under a rock or just, I don't know, just totally disconnected from what's going on. Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and 7 other people on a helicopter crashed Sunday morning. They was on their way to his daughter Gigi's basketball travel game, and they landed somewhere near. They crashed somewhere near Calabasas, and it was truly a tragic incident. Before we go too far into it, I'm gonna ask y'all. I'm gonna go around the room and ask just for y'all initial reaction to what happened. We'll get to the rest of the stuff. You know, we'll do it piece by piece.
When I first heard, I ain't believe it. We
found out together, right?
Yeah, we was on the headset talking. Me, him, and a bunch of other friends, and somebody had said in the background that there was an accident in the helicopter and Kobe passed, and like nobody believed it. It was like, man, stop playing, stop wishing death on people, stop doing that. And the third, nobody believed it.
That shit not cool.
And even when time had passed and people started getting more information, you started realizing that this might have been true. And even when you found out for sure it was true, it still was like you didn't want to believe it. You know, it's like it felt like Kobe, he felt like a family member to certain people, like especially that people our age, our generation.
Right.
Kobe was our MJ. Well, he was our Kobe. I don't like hearing he was our MJ. He was our Kobe. Kobe was Kobe. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we grew up with him. That was our idol. That's who we looked up to. You know what I'm saying? So it was tough, hard to believe. When I first heard, it took a while. It still feel fake. And it's been 6 days, you know what I'm saying? Same. That's how I felt when I first heard it.
Actually, when I found out about the Kobe shit, I was actually sick. Like, I was dealing with a cold and shit, so you know, I was in my bed.
Yeah, you was.
Waking up, going back to sleep, getting
I talked to you
medicated.
We talked before that.
So I was just chilling, man. He only off day is Sunday, so he come stroll up in there around. He come stroll at the crib about 5.
Well, he probably could have been. You found out late, then.
Probably could have been a little bit before that. I'm just saying, like I said,
came in your room.
But yeah, I was in and out of it, so the timing I don't really know, but I thought it was around 5 or something. But he came in there and he was like, "Hey man, you heard?" He said, "You heard what happened with Kobe?" And I'm like, "Nah." I'm like, "Man, you ain't heard what he did?" It sounded like to me he said, "You ain't heard what he did?" And I'm like, "No, what he did?" He said, "No, you ain't heard that he dead." When he said that shit, I felt like I was dreaming. You hear me? Not the like I'm saying again. I was taking medicine and shit because I was dealing with a cold and shit, and I was waking up, going back to sleep, waking up. You know how it is when you sick and shit. You're not really getting out the bed,
right,
and shit like that. So when he said that shit, the first thing I did is I ran to the group chat, like with all us in it and shit, because if some shit like that happen, you know it's gonna be in a group chat. Right. Everybody got a group chat that,
which I'm sure was in that.
Yeah, you know. So when I went in the group chat, and sure enough, it was in that shit. And Fresh had sent it, and I'm like, bro, you gotta be fucking shitting me. And I ain't gonna lie, all the shit that I was dealing with just seemed like it was nothing. Like after that, like I'm like, bro, how the fuck did this happen? That was the first question I had. Like how? And how the fuck Kobe is gone? Like he's just gone. Like that's it. That fucked me up. I'm still fucked up about that shit. Like I still can't believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I guess Ain't kind of told you. Yeah, I guess Ain't kind of told.
I don't know how he found out.
I was on my phone and I was like, man, this fake. And I said, hold up. Let me go on TMZ and see if this really is fake. Because TMZ don't report nothing. I was like, oh, man, I don't know. Because I seen a lot. Because I was on YouTube and I seen a lot of people saying, I don't know if it's fake or not. And I was like, nobody can confirm. I went on TMZ. I'm like,
more on TMZ later on this
that
Kobe
wasn't
segment.
even like what
more,
made me feel like that wasn't. I was waiting for like ABC.
More
NBC,
on TMZ later in this same segment. More.
I went
get
to that and I was like,
in a second.
I was like, man, I put my phone on.
I don't know if you remember we was on the headset. I was like, man, let me put it on CNN. I didn't want to hear from TMZ or I wanted to hear like
we're gonna get to them later.
Like,
we're gonna get to them. We're
I
gonna
just
get to
put
them.
my
the
phone
first thing
down.
they was like,
We're gonna get to them because they fucking disgusting.
Yeah, they disgusting.
We'll get to them.
But that's who I went. I was.
They
like,
are, but I ain't gonna lie.
crazy.
They do be hitting the nail on the head sometimes.
No, I got a reason why.
I'm not gonna go straight to TMZ and find out if.
But I got a reason. I'm gonna tell you why they disgusting.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you why they disgusting.
I mean,
That's why I
I'm pretty
just
sure
went
you
to,
got
like-
a lot of reasons why.
it's a lot of people.
No, but
that
it's
was
just
putting
this
that.
specific incident.
Right.
Yeah,
Something
I-
they
but
did.
I ain't
Something
gonna
they
lie,
did.
bro.
They did,
That
but that's
Kobe
what I
shit-
went to because I know they don't
Yeah.
report that.
I'm still
There's
like
no searching and find
shook
anything.
up about that shit. Like every time, like like you be walking around the crib and shit, you'll fuck around do a basketball move.
No, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. I'm walking it step by step.
All right. Well, go ahead.
Piece by
Go with
piece.
the next segment.
Piece by piece. Like I said, there's no need for me to tell because Fresh told you exactly what I went through at the moment. Like how we both found out at the same time. So there's no need for me to reiterate that. All right. So after everybody got their news. What did you think about next? Did you think about what Kobe meant to you? What Kobe meant to you? Now I know you're not a Lakers fan. You're a Sacramento fan. Let me set that. He was an early Sacramento fan, and then once Sacramento faded out, you became a Carmelo fan when he came into the league.
Right.
So you became a Knicks fan.
Well, Nuggets.
Well, you was the Nuggets, Knicks, right? Yeah. And now you still a Knicks. You're a Knicks fan regardless.
Yeah, because I always did like the Knicks.
Right. But Melo made you an eternal Knicks fan.
Yeah,
now you're a Knicks fan, right?
Because once Sacramento faded out.
So what Kobe meant to you as a player?
I'm not gonna lie, Kobe put a lot of daggers in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
From but
no doubt.
the thing I always respected his game because he always was a fierce competitor and he never made you feel like he didn't leave it all on the court. And that was one of the things I respected about him because he went to the max. And that said a lot about your character when you do something and you put it all on the line every single time. Like every time you see Kobe on the court, he had 100. Then fast forward to when he started getting older and started having children. Because you got to think about it. We was watching Kobe since he came out of high school. We was little bitty pups watching Kobe. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We was young when Kobe came in
it's
the league.
like we grew with this nigga too. Like he was old. He older than us.
You were 8 when Kobe came in the league, right?
Right.
I was 9. You're right.
But fuck, I was watching basketball at that time. I was watching basketball before I was watching football because Michael Jordan and shit. Like I saw the end of Michael Jordan career and shit. And then when Kobe
This is
started,
the beginning of Kobe career.
right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like when he started having kids and shit, and then you start seeing a different side of him and shit like that. You know, his kids be at the game sometimes with his now wife, and when he went to hoisting them trophies up and shit, you see him with his interacting with his, and you was like, damn, like he started. It started filling that bubble. Like, you know, some people just be like entertainers to us. You know what I'm saying? But as time went on, Kobe started being like.
You watch Kobe grow up.
You watch him grow up, and you grew up with it, and so it's just like
you was growing up while Kobe was growing up.
Yeah, that kind of like,
so
that's Kobe. Like you know that nigga, like you kind of a part, like a distant relative type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that shit, like people say, dog, you don't gotta be blood to be family. Like Kobe was part of a nigga family because I watched you grow, and I grew up while you was growing, and it's like that shit hurt, like on some shit, like that shit really hurt. You know? But that nigga was like a distant uncle to me. Like,
what about you? What Kobe meant to you?
I answer your first question first though, unless you want to ask that later. What was the next thing I thought after I found out?
Yeah, it's kind of the same. Yeah, like what's the next thing you thought? And then
after I found out the news,
because normally when you first hear some shit,
you think and reminisce.
You reminisce, and then you start to think what that nigga meant to you, what that person or what that
But
so
my initial first thought right after I heard that was, I was like, man, I hope his family wasn't on there with him, because they were saying at first they said it was like 5 people.
That's a good point you touch on because it was a whole bunch of
we're gonna get into that like
the
very next thing I thought, I was like, man, I hope his family wasn't on that plane because his that would be super, like this already tough.
Right.
it would have been super tough if his whole family.
That was
on
the only
team.
kind of silver lining, if you even want to call it that. Like
Yeah, he
that
still lost the
That
child.
lining ain't silver.
It's not
yeah.
silver.
He still
but
lost the
that's
child.
the only thing that's like.
But
his whole
that
family
was the
was
very
on
next thing I thought. But what Kobe meant to me was, I mean, like, I was an early Kobe fan. I like Kobe more in the beginning of his career than the end of his career. I was a Kobe fan, yeah. I had the little jersey, you know what I mean? It didn't fit, and I wore that
You was
jersey.
that fan right there.
That Kobe fan, yeah.
That figurine right
The
there.
8 with the fro, you know what I mean? That was my dude. And, man, that Kobe I really liked because you could tell his mentality early on in his career was, I'm going to be that nigga.
Right.
Even with me failing. Like, I'm going to put the 3 air balls up in the playoff game against the Jazz. Fuck it.
Talk
I'm
to
still
him.
gonna
I
shoot
want to
them
take the
bitches.
shot.
Talk that rookie shit.
Yeah,
Talk that rookie shit.
I want to be in that position. We're going to lose because of me. But you know what? I'm going to learn from it, and then I'm going to take it somewhere later on in life, which he did. But I like that mentality. A lot of people don't have that mentality in life, period.
That was the beginning of
You
what
can't
we
be
know
scared to make
nowadays
mistakes.
as the Mamba
Take-
mentality.
Take a risk. Fail.
Kobe had me in the mentality of not being afraid to take risks, you know. Put it all on the line. Sometimes it's worth it to fail, to build from it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I took most from Kobe. That's what I'm going to always remember from Kobe. Because, you know, that's a different type of mentality.
Yeah.
Bro, scenario real quick, and then we're going to get right back in our regularly scheduled programming. The type of risk that takes is the equivalent of all of us just saying, we going to quit our 9 to 5s and bet on this podcast.
Yeah,
right.
Pour all our energy into this podcast.
Right.
And it have to pop because we don't have 9 to 5s no more.
Right.
We can't support our families. We have nothing else to bank. Nobody sitting here is bold enough to do that.
Kobe
know
was
why?
a rookie.
That's what I'm
Coming
saying.
off the bench.
That's what I'm saying.
And said, I want to take these shots to win the game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And
that's a
Phil
different type of
Getting
nigga.
cut and all
And
that shit.
Phil Jackson having a foresight to put him in them situations
Right.
and let him do it.
Right.
Even though Phil Jackson probably know. He's smart enough to know this kid not going to do this.
Well, at that time,
He not going to pull it.
Not
I
now.
was rookie, yeah.
No, Dale Harris.
They'll-
They'll have it.
But at the end of the day, they seen something in him, and it was a lot of the shit that us as fans probably didn't see that made people believe in him too.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that. And for this moment, for the next moment, read the back of that rookie card. Just read it to yourself, though. You ain't got to read it out loud. I'll move on to Raheem. Raheem, what did... Okay, after you got over the initial shock of Kobe dying, what did you think about and what Kobe meant to you?
I think about how he scored 81. I was like, this is unbelievable. I watched that game.
Yeah, against Toronto.
Toronto. It was unbelievable. But, like, he was basketball, bro. Like,
He was
he
basketball.
was basketball and he had you in
First
that,
person
that,
I heard
mindset.
say that.
He
But
was
that
basketball.
but that's accurate. That is a good comparison. That's
Yo,
accurate. He
You
was
gotta
basketball.
You gotta read this twice.
Read it out.
Yeah. You want me to read it? You want to read it?
I mean, you the Kobe.
Somebody
Yeah,
coherent
I'm a
enough to
Kobe-
read this.
Yeah, I'm a Kobe. Look,
I could have read it, but
I'm a Kobe stan.
he got the
I'm a-
jersey on.
You know what? I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it for when I give my. Cause notice I'm saving all my shit. Cause,
Right.
Cause I'm the diehard here.
Right,
You
right,
hear me?
right,
So,
right.
Basketball,
but
bro.
he was. That's a good insight though, because I never heard nobody say that
What?
he was basketball. Like,
For my generation,
yeah,
come on,
yeah,
bro.
for your generation,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Championships on the road.
I
He
mean,
won more
you
after
can't
that.
tell the story of basketball without a big portion of that time being dedicated to Kobe.
No doubt. Yeah. No doubt.
And right now, I'm gonna take time. I'm gonna give my what Kobe is to me after I read this excerpt because I showed it to Ant because Ant touched on something, you know, that was similar
Right to what? Yeah,
to what this story
you're right.
embodies.
That shit dope.
This is Kobe Bryant's rookie card. It's a Gem Mint 9. I know a lot of y'all might not know what that means, but on a scale of 1 to 10 out of cards ever made, it's a 9. So it was only 266 of these made
Right.
in the world, and I have one, and it's because I'm just a Kobe like.
It's in pristine condition.
Stan.
Yeah, it's in pristine condition. I've never taken it out of this case that it's put in because I just wouldn't damage the card like that. But the card says it's his rookie encore card. Kobe was thought by some to be destined to wither under the hot lights of LA. Kobe Bryant, whose first name was chosen from a cut of steak, which I've known. I know all y'all know. Y'all probably knew that. Kobe, whose first name was chosen from a cut of steak, instead has shown some sizzle under NBA fire.
See what they did there.
Yeah, that was cute. The teenage protege of Shaquille O'Neal wowed his peers with a 21-point, 5-rebound, 2-steal effort in 22 minutes played against the Sacramento Kings in a game in early January of his rookie year.
Now you see why I say he put a lot of daggers.
He started.
That was
His
the
first big
beginning.
moment.
Right.
His first big moment was against
right.
Sacramento. Kobe's first 20-point game. What Kobe meant to me was Kobe was my idol, my role model. Kobe was the guy. Beside my father, who passed, it'll be 3 years, February 23rd. Kobe is the most significant male figure in my life, aside from the people in my family, ever. I look at Kobe as family. I've taken this harder than probably I would take some people in my family's death. I've taken this harder than that. I cried my eyes out. Not even the same day he died. I didn't cry Sunday. I was just kind of numb to everything that happened.
Right.
But once I started seeing the love that was being poured in, and we're gonna get to that. That's a separate segment. But I cried when I heard Shaq give a 7-minute speech on NBA TNT that he told how he felt about Kobe, and he cried. He teared up.
Right.
And Ernie Johnson tried to cut him off and was like, "We'll go to something else," and he was like, "Nah, I'm not finished.
Right.
I'm gonna
He
get
wanted to get his
everything
shit off. Yeah.
And he got it, and Shaq was strong enough to do it, and that gave me the strength to come in here and do this podcast, because I'm gonna tell y'all, I wasn't gonna do this like at all. I was gonna take another week off. We had to take a week off anyway because we took our week off before the Kobe incident happened. But I was gonna take this week off also. But Kobe preached Mamba mentality. You fight through it. No matter how much pain you're in. Kobe played with torn ligaments, broken bones. He played through it. He made two free throws with a torn Achilles.
That was the gangster shit.
Played with a glove on when he fractured his hand.
Played with a glove on, fractured his
not
hand.
to mention when
Shooting
he shot the free throws because he planned on coming back in the
Coming
game.
back. That's an important part. He told the coach, "You may need to sub me back in, so I'm gonna shoot these free throws, and then I'm gonna walk to the locker room under my own power with a completely torn Achilles."
Which, if nobody don't know the significance of a torn Achilles, you're not supposed to even put pressure on that Achilles. It's impossible to do it.
To give a comparison, in the finals when Lakers played Boston, Paul Pierce strained his Achilles and got rolled off in a wheelchair. I don't know if y'all know this story, but this story came out. Kobe said, "I'm walking off to show it was a shot at Paul Pierce." Because in the finals
always took
against
jabs.
the Lakers,
Yeah.
they always took jabs at
Yeah,
him.
they always
And when he
did.
strained his Achilles, he got rolled off in a wheelchair. Kobe tore his Achilles and walked off under his own power.
Walked to the free throw line, shot
shot his free throw,
then
walked off under his own power.
It's footage of that
Kobe played a
online.
game shooting with just his left hand.
Just his left hand against the Hornets, as a matter of fact, down here.
Because he couldn't shoot with his right.
He couldn't shoot with his right hand at all.
He played and shot with his left. He didn't shoot good.
No, he shot terrible.
He played, Jeremy.
He hit
Matter
the
of
game
fact,
winner.
in one of them same games, Dirk said that's his favorite memory of Kobe. Kobe went to the corner. He got trapped. He said, "I stepped up." Kobe couldn't. His right arm was hanging. He said he literally turned toward the baseline, shot a fadeaway three over him with his left hand, and hit it all net. He said he couldn't do nothing but just say,
That's Kobe, man.
he's that. He's him.
That's why he's who he is.
That's why he is who he is. So what Kobe meant to me, Kobe was everything. My pop grew up a Showtime Laker fan in the 80s. So when I was born in 87, naturally that's what he instilled with me in me from birth. And he always taught me, son, you root for the name on the front of the jersey,
Not the
not
back.
the name on the back of the jersey. But Kobe spent his whole career on the front of this jersey. 20 years with the Lakers is something that's never been seen before in the NBA until Dirk spent 20 years. with the Dallas Mavericks,
Right.
which came after Kobe.
And he didn't accomplish as much as Kobe accomplished during his tenure.
Exactly. Kobe did it the old school way. He was an old school player. He was of the throwback era, but he was of the modern era too.
He the only nigga besides Tim Duncan to win multiple rings with one team and be with that same team for the whole duration of his career.
Kobe saw two dynasties. He was a part of two dynasties, the Shaq dynasty and
The Gasol dynasty, I
the
guess.
Gasol dynasty.
Him, Gasol,
yeah, right. Andrew Bynum,
and
Lamar Odom.
Yeah. But it's really like most people just be like him
It's
and
the
Gasol.
cool. Yeah. That. But that's just what Kobe meant to me. Kobe was everything I've ever looked up to. I played basketball, y'all know. I have a history of basketball. I just wanted to be Kobe. Like, I never wanted to be Jordan. I love Jordan. I got his shoes on right now. But I never wanted to be Jordan. I wanted to be Kobe because that's what he was to me in my era. Next segment I wanted to kind of touch on was, how do you feel about the outpour that's been coming since his death? Because one thing this death has made me see was Kobe probably was the most internationally loved person out of everybody. And then I went to thinking, well, that was when Yao Ming came in the league. When Yao Ming came in the league, Kobe was the best player in the league at the time.
Yeah, definitely.
When Jeremy Lin came to the Lakers, Kobe was that guy. It was him. Kobe, they love Kobe, not just in the United States, in the world. And I've never seen a reaction like this. Everything from what the NBA is doing to what players is doing to what, it's just been overwhelming to me.
It's all over the world. I mean, Kobe was the biggest international star there was.
And I didn't know that before.
Until I guess you would say LeBron now. But Kobe was that dude because Kobe was, he was the guy that spoke different
And I think
languages.
he's bigger than LeBron.
Oh, yeah, he could be. I mean, that's not the debate I'm trying to have, though.
Well, yeah,
But
right.
He spoke different languages. He was known for basketball.
Right, yeah.
He was known in the fucking soccer world, tennis. Like, all these stars loved Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
he was well diverse in the world,
Right.
and more than just basketball. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like everybody knew Kobe. Everybody wanted to be Kobe. I think he's the most well-known player in any sport amongst all the other sports. I'll say that.
Right.
Hey, and that's what I was saying about
Yeah.
the LeBron thing. I wasn't really trying to compare him, but I was just saying, I was agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Because I just never seen
Yeah.
this type of reaction.
I don't think you would have seen that from nobody else but Kobe.
That's what I was saying. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
You gotta think, like, Kobe was really at a perfect time to become like the international star he was, because in the brink of social media,
He bridged the gap
like
from the old era to the new era.
right, and being the best player at that time when all this shit starting to pop off, it's like that's gonna bring you a whole lot of notoriety and shit. Especially he winning gold medals, he winning championships, he winning MVPs, he winning scoring. Like, he was doing every fucking thing at that time, and it's like he already in LA, so the spotlight already on LA because it's LA. You know what I'm saying? And the fashion that he was doing shit in, it was just like, who the fuck not gonna hear about this shit? Who not gonna know who Kobe Bryant is? They winning gold medals and shit. You know what I'm saying? The Redeem team and all that. He the best player in basketball, which is probably at the time, one of the biggest sports in the fucking world. You know what I'm
Shout out
saying?
to David Stern.
Still-
R.I.P. to David Stern, who passed,
Yeah, R.I.P.
and
David
is
Stern.
the reason that it's so international.
Right, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta factor all those things in. Like, Kobe was the best player during all that shit in basketball. So you gotta think about it. Even in the Olympics, Kobe was the best player in the Olympics. On the best team, they won the gold medal. You know what I'm saying?
On probably one of the best
Olympic teams ever.
He's the best player in the world.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And I don't even know if people remember. I'm gonna let you get right back to your point. I don't even know if people remember that Spain game, that championship game with the Gasol brothers,
and shit,
Rudy Fernandez, Ricky
That was a
Rubio. It's NBA. They had a starting, not even just five, maybe like
7, 8.
Yeah, 7, 8
they had
people. Like
Right.
they
Who
2 or
was
3
lit.
people on the bench.
Who was lit?
lit.
Yeah.
Like NBA players that game got close, Kobe hit the go-ahead bucket to put USA ahead for good
and
to
just
seal
keep
the
on- yeah,
seal the
just- yeah,
game.
sealed it, yeah.
Like Kobe was that. LeBron spoke to. That's when I really got to see how hard he worked, because you made a great point outside, and I don't even know if you remember that you made this point, but you was talking about all the stories that you have heard. One thing coincide, one thing is common. You remember what you said?
Yeah. People saying how Kobe work ethic was
Work
retarded.
ethic. Work
Like,
ethic.
Bar none.
Blake
Steve
Griffin.
Stout said
What Steve Stout said? 'Cause
Steve
I'm gonna
Stout
tell you what
said
Blake Griffin said.
he
to
only
coincide
know
with it.
about 2 or 3 people with the work ethic that Kobe had. Now you got to think about who Steve Stout is. Steve Stout is a person who see people work hard.
He don't
a
even
lot.
play sports.
Yeah, he don't play sports. He's not just into sports. He's a businessman who see people come from nothing to something all the time. He's a person who came from nothing to something.
Exactly.
And he was like,
billionaire stuff.
Kobe was pursuing a rap career, and he took rap just as serious as he took basketball as a rookie. And
Right,
he
cool.
really was doing that, not even just because of him, because he had some friends that he had a rap group with who did play basketball, who wasn't drafted and traded to the Lakers, and he was just trying to help them become successful.
Right.
And he took rap so serious just because he wanted his friends to have a way out. And he already in the NBA, so that just lets you know, like,
The type of work
the
ethic
type of
he
work
had.
ethic he had.
I'll tell you this, the work ethic he had. And I was watching an interview today with John Sally. He was doing that. He said, I was on the team with Kobe, and everybody was telling everybody about, like, oh, he worked like this, he worked like this. He was like, Jordan shot about 800-900 shots at the end of every practice. He was like,
That's crazy.
he was like, look.
You know how dog tired
He was like,
people
look,
is after
like,
NBA
at the end of
practice?
practice, he was like,
What?
nobody shot more than Larry Bird. He said Larry Bird shot 1,000 shots, and he had somebody counting every time he shot. He said Kobe Bryant said, what? Oh, all right. Know what he shot? Kobe Bryant said, I'm shooting 1,500 after every practice. John Sally said, I was there. I was on the team.
I mean,
So he shot 1,500. He said,
Hey,
work
countless
ethic
stories. I remember.
was retarded.
See, I didn't even hear that shit.
I remember the pictures in the story when Kobe broke his right hand and had it in the cast, and he was on the court with the pajamas, with the Lakers practice jersey over the pajamas, shooting free throws with his left hand, shooting jumpers in the corner with his left hand, like in pajamas with the practice jersey. Y'all don't remember that picture?
No.
Oh man, Kobe had
shit.
he had a cast on his right hand.
Right.
Let me tell you something crazy.
Crazy.
Hold on.
Blake Griffin told the story. Kobe Bryant went out with his trainer right before one training camp and took a 14-mile bike ride through the desert. The day before training camp, Blake Griffin said, dog, is he crazy? Wow. First really pulled the picture up. This is crazy.
That's different.
That's, yeah.
Pajamas
Yeah.
with the Laker gear over the pajamas. Hand in the cast.
He
was trying to
came
court.
from home.
He was trying to get back on the court.
Yeah, he came from home.
Like
Ain't no other reason to practice left hand shots.
the stories that people done told, just the love that's being shown, it's just overwhelming. Like he passed Sunday. It's no way I expected all this.
No.
It's no way to expect this type of reaction.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even think about all this shit.
Yeah, because it never happened.
Right.
It never happened. Kobe is a one of one. Like, I saw a story, and a lot of people gave T-Mac flack for it, and I'm gonna speak to it because I want to clear it up, because I feel like I can clear it up as far as the people that tune into this podcast and may have stumbled across that story. T-Mac told a story about Kobe telling him early on in his career, maybe about 22 years old, 21-year-old Kobe, which was a 5-year veteran for Kobe, because he came into the league at 17. He turned 18 that August. After he got drafted. So he told T-Mac, I want to be the best player ever. I want to win more rings than Jordan, and I want to die young so I can be immortalized.
Right.
Now, I can understand totally why a young Kobe would say that.
Right.
But people are killing T-Mac for telling people that. But that's
telling
not
them what Kobe said.
That's not Kobe that's married to Vanessa.
it was-
That's not Kobe
that
that
was
have
young Kobe.
4 daughters.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's
Right.
2 different time periods. please don't kill T-Mac for T-Mac is just relaying a story.
Right.
That
Some people just dig into too much.
A moment he shared with
With a
Kobe.
close friend.
Right.
Yeah.
T-Mac and Kobe were pretty close, according to
Exactly.
everybody. Like,
Yes.
And they playing career. They were super close. And then T-Mac say they reconnected when both of their daughters started playing AAU ball together.
Right.
So they.
I mean, you can see the similarities between the two.
Yeah.
They both came from high school. They both was dumb young going to
Right.
school.
Yeah.
Right.
And they both got daughters around the same age.
But I mean, why
T-Mac was really
people
broken
gotta
up.
be so
Judgmental.
yeah, like come on, he's
people
just telling
being
a
dumb.
story.
You're being
Dumb.
dumb.
Yeah,
People
that's
saying
dumb.
it because it's fucked up because he got children. Obviously, that was before he had a family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He letting you
Kobe
know-
with 4 children and a wife is not saying I want to die young.
No,
you know what
exactly.
I'm saying?
No.
Why that's not common
Kobe
sense to
with
some
4
people?
children and the wife is saying, I want to
I
die
wanna live as
old
long as I
with
can.
my grandchildren and their grandchildren around me.
Exactly.
Like,
Kobe
that's
is
the
not
type of-
trying to die.
He's just telling you what what Kobe mind was at. And he basically was showing you how he's evolved in life since then.
Yeah, man.
And because come on, who taking that shit and saying, "Oh, Kobe still feel like that," and he's happy.
They got some
that
dumb people that felt that way. It felt like
Yeah,
T-Mac
because T-Mac got a lot of backlash.
He got flack from saying what Kobe said when he thought people was gonna take it as young Kobe without a family.
But see, they got people out here in this world that hear shit and
Hurry up and
They
get to
take
the point,
it-
because I don't want to make it about
no,
that.
no. What I'm just saying is,
I don't wanna
I
make
hate the people who take shit and take one part of something and just run with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate that shit
It's fucked up though,
because
because it took from
they
a
forget
beautiful moment
about
from T-Mac.
Exactly.
right. They forget
because-
about what the whole thing is about.
And I feel bad for Mac because Mac,
He was
if you
trying to
hear the
show
whole interview, Mac broke down several times during this interview. Like he really lost a friend,
And I'm about to-
and that's not a time to be giving. Even if
To
he,
making niggas feel like they should be politically correct all the
let's
time.
just say Kobe did say it at a bad time. So what? Let this man grieve. This man lost a friend.
Exactly.
He
And
just gets
he giving us a benefit that he didn't have to give us.
A story
He
we
gave us
never
a story
heard.
we could have never heard before in our life.
Look,
ever.
bro.
He giving us an insight on him
I-
and Kobe
A
relationship.
piece of Kobe that we
And
didn't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And,
I
and he get
felt-
flack for it. That's fucked up.
I'm not about to strike the gavel on somebody after they just lost somebody and just get on TV
crazy.
with a camera in their face and start talking. Like, you liable to say any fucking thing. And sometimes the shit that people
That's a
say
great point.
is
That's a
not
great
gonna be
point.
cool with everybody. But at the same time, fuck you. I'm feeling some type of way. I care less about how you feel about what I'm saying. Cause you didn't know Kobe, I did. Cause the people who running with the shit is probably people who didn't even get a chance to brush shoulders with Kobe. And this man is somebody who Kobe was very dear friends with.
Man, they
Let him
just
get his
played
shit off.
one-on-one so
However
many
he gotta
times.
get it off. Cause I know one thing at the end of the day, that nigga is hurt by what the fuck going on.
He heard like everybody else.
Right. Like, man, come on, man.
And this last question, we gonna wrap this up, but we gotta get out of here. For me personally, because this is an emotional topic. So, in conclusion, how will you? I'm talking like I have all this stuff written down. As you can see on the topic list,
You have none of this written
I
down.
have just
Kobe.
Kobe.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
That's enough.
But how will you remember Kobe?
Man, I will remember Kobe for being a relentless leader, an unapologetic basketball player, and a very, very evolved man. And when I say evolved man, because I watched him transition from a young 17-year-old, 18-year-old entering in the NBA and growing into a family man after his retirement. Not to mention, he started a whole different life outside of basketball. You know, I mean, he won an Oscar for Christ's sakes after that.
Crazy.
So for me, I remember Kobe by being a person who always put his best foot forward and put his all into whatever he did and aspired to be the best version of himself that he could be every day and instill it into all the people around him.
All right. Raheem, what you got?
Man, he's the GOAT of his era of playing basketball. It's plain and simple. No arguments.
That's
Can't
real,
argue. It can't do nothing.
That's real,
he's
bro.
the GOAT.
No need to deep dive, bro.
No,
like
right,
when
right.
you
That
feel
was-
like that, that's straight to the point. No need to
Code of his era.
Yeah.
There's no arguments. There's no nothing.
What you got,
I mean,
Fresh?
it don't take much. Mama mentality. That's what I'm taking from him. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's any aspect in life, basketball, anything. Like, he battled through the court situation with the incident in Colorado. Like,
I
everything was the same.
I see white people bringing that up.
Yeah.
I don't want to shed light on that because that's ignorant. But push through and strive through anything in life. Mama mentality. Straight up.
Kobe Bryant, what I'm gonna say to you is, you will be missed. You will be missed by many. You will be missed by me. And I shared this with my wife. I didn't cry when my father passed because my father instilled in me since young. Never cry when I go. Always be strong. You gotta be strong. You got 2 sisters. You have a niece. Be strong for everybody around me. You can't cry. And he instilled that in me. So when he passed, it'll be 3 years on February 23rd. When he passed, that was the hardest time in my life. And still to this day, it is the hardest time in my life. I didn't cry because I wanted to hold my word for my pop. I wanted to stay true to that. When Kobe passed, like I said, Sunday I didn't cry. Monday I didn't cry. I cried Tuesday when Shaq gave his breakdown. I cried.
We spoke about that. We said the worst moment is gonna be when they get Shaq on TV.
You said it. You said it.
Yeah,
you said it. You said that. You said that.
Like, that's gonna be the one.
You said that.
That's gonna
you
be the
said
one.
that. And when they canceled the game, I thought they wasn't gonna do it.
Right. Yeah.
But they shot about an hour-long scene. They had people up there. Nash, Steve Nash up. They had
Reggie Miller,
Dwayne Wade, Reggie Miller. They had all of them up. But when Shaq gave, I saw it on Bleacher Report. It was a 7-minute speech.
That was the one that did it, right?
That was what did it for me.
I was staying away from all
Shaq
that
sent
shit.
me.
I was watching it.
Shaq sent me. He did it. It was a story he told, and if y'all haven't seen it, y'all go check that out. Shaq really did it for me. But what I want to say is, though, Kobe, I always felt like you was the second greatest player I've ever seen in life, because I always judge great players off of eye tests and stats. So I always felt like Mike, I could never argue you over Mike, and never be rational in my argument. I will always seem biased. I always seem like,
That's why you try not to.
Yeah. But you know what? Kobe, you are the greatest player I've ever seen play basketball.
That's a fact.
You know what? Rationalizing and arguing with people, I don't have to do that. I don't have to explain to nobody why I feel like you are the greatest player I've ever seen touch a basketball. I don't have a Michael Jordan figurine. I don't have a Michael Jordan rookie card. I don't have a Michael Jordan Spike Lee documentary of your game in Madison Square Garden where you scored 60 points. I don't have a Michael Jordan retirement speech that you've autographed. I feel like Kobe Bryant is the best basketball player I've ever laid eyes on because of your ability to shoot a fadeaway, your footwork, your three-point range, your athleticism when you drive to the goal, your lockdown defender. I don't have to explain that to people. I owe nobody nothing. I feel like you are the best basketball player I have ever laid eyes on for an entire career. People can say Michael Jordan, and that's fine. I won't argue with him. But the best basketball player I've ever laid eyes on is Kobe Bryant. I love you, Kobe. To your daughter, Gigi, your daughter Gigi went with you. She was a representation of you. She was on your hip every time we seen you in retirement. Every game you went to, Gigi was there.
She was gonna be a savage too.
I literally saw an interview. Jimmy Kimmel said, "Well, you don't have a son," and Gigi said, You ain't gotta worry about that.
I
got
that.
this.
I got this.
She was a savage.
She was sad.
I'm not gonna say she was gonna be. She was.
I'm gonna be that son that he thought he was gonna have and be him. I'm that. So much so to the point that the University of Connecticut, the school that she wanted to go to, the most dominant collegiate school in women's basketball, which was something Kobe was an advocate for.
Quick footnotes.
Women's basketball.
Quick footnote.
No, go ahead.
And to add to that, Kobe, they asked Kobe about not having a boy. Kobe said, "Fuck it, you know, I love having girls. If I can have more girls, I have more girls."
Right.
Like he wasn't
I'm a girl
searching.
dad.
He wasn't searching for the next boy, Kobe. He said, "This my children. I love them. I have one that wants to play basketball. She gonna be the next Kobe,
Right.
male or female.
Male or female.
It wasn't no bias like, oh, I don't have
Male
a
or
boy.
female.
Right.
And
that's
Kobe, and that explains because he was so much of an advocate for women's basketball.
Yes,
Kobe
yes.
even told somebody in an interview, I don't even remember who the interview was with, but he said, "Oh, she's so much better than I was."
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
He could have did
crazy.
a lot for, like, just on that. Like
He
coulda did
pushed
a
the
lot
envelope.
for
He was pushing
women's
WNBA
basketball.
more than he was pushing the NBA.
Yeah.
These last 2 years.
Yeah.
Because
And shout out to the detailed show. If you go back and watch the detailed show that's on ESPN Plus, which I'm a member of because I got the ESPN Hulu Disney package, you can see he was breaking down men's basketball and players from men's basketball the same as players from women's basketball.
Yeah.
Same. He was breaking the footage down.
Like
So,
they said,
he had
once
to
he
say,
get into something,
We had just said Tarasi and Maya Moore and all them complaining at the NBA.
Oh yeah,
We was joking on him at the time,
Yeah, we
but-
did,
yeah.
and it's crazy, right?
Yeah, right.
He just did an interview saying Maya Moore and Diana Taurasi could play in the NBA.
And
I wouldn't
Deladon.
argue with him though.
Elena Deladon.
Yeah,
we was
and
joking on him.
Elena
We was joking on
Deladon.
him.
Yeah,
That's how
we
much of
did
an
find
advocate
it,
he
yeah.
was for female basketball.
Yeah.
That's
Right,
exactly
right.
a testament to how much of an advocate he was for that. But Kobe, man, like, bro, like, I want you to know in your depth, you really banded the whole NBA together. They changed the All-Star rules for you. The Lakers they gave 20,000 Kobe Bryant shirts away. Half of the crowd, number 8, half of the crowd, 24. They put your number in the court. LeBron hung his jersey up next to his locker for the rest of the season. This truly has been a blessing to see the way all these things unfold in your honor. And
Numerous teams honorarily.
Mark Cuban retired his numbers.
Yeah, and a lot of the players informally retired his number.
Right.
Yeah, they wasn't waiting for the NBA or
I
the
know
teams to do it.
Spencer
They said, "Fuck it."
Spencer
Yeah,
Dinwiddie,
just
Like nobody touched this shit.
Spencer
Right.
Spencer
Yeah.
Dinwiddie,
Yeah.
Quinn Cook changed his number from 2
That was.
to
I thought that shit
28.
was dope.
2
2
for
for Gigi and 8 for Kobe. I thought that shit
Shout out
was
to those
dope.
players that informally did it though. You don't have to wait for nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck your
Right.
team. Fuck the league. You can do this shit yourself. Fuck
Take
it.
a stand on
Yeah.
your own. If that's how you feel, if you feel that passionate about
Shouts
it,
to them, man.
take a
Yeah,
stand
that
on
Quinn
your
Cook
own.
shit, that shit was dope.
Anybody that, even if you gave a tweet just saying R.I.P. Kobe, anybody that said anything in honor or remembrance of Kobe Bryant's passing and how great of a player and father he was. Shout out to everybody that's doing the girl dad tags, hashtags. That's super dope. You did
I'm a
one?
girl dad.
I know you are.
I didn't do one.
Didn't you know?
Nah.
Oh, do one.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Do one.
whatever.
Cause you were definitely a girl dad. So everybody, man, that contributed in any kind of way, from the smallest to the biggest forms. Shout out to LeBron, man.
His speech was nice. Too.
His speech was so dope.
Yeah, he said he had the shit wrote down. He was like, he
And,
told Lake
and
crowd.
it inspired me, cause you know why, bro? I tell you no lie. I had a
This is
speech.
LeBron.
I had a speech written out, and I was gonna scrap it probably because I just didn't want to read it. But LeBron scrapped his speech, and it just made me feel like, nah, it'd be corny to scrap his speech. So just come in here and just speak from the heart, and that's what LeBron said he was gonna do. And his speech was moving. It was touching.
It was dope.
It was definitely dope.
He said, I'll say y'all shut if I read off the shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like that, verbatim.
Right.
Yeah.
That was. We was there. We
And
watched.
to close it, I'm gonna close it with something LeBron said. In the words of Kobe, Mamba out. But in the words of Laker Nation and the rest of the world, you will never be forgotten. And that's what I'm gonna leave y'all with.
Yeah. What we at on time?
Whew.
This the Kobe episode.
Shit.
Can I lighten the mood a little bit?
Go ahead, man.
Can
Yeah.
I lighten the mood? Still with the Kobe shit.
What you waiting on?
Very, 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 very famous Kobe
How much more
commercial.
do you want from me?
More.
How much more successful do you want me to be?
More successful.
How many records can my records break?
More records.
But I'm the best.
But are you a different animal
And
and the same beast?
What the does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
What's he talking about?
And I'm glad Kanye ended with what the fuck is he talking about? Because I got a big problem with somebody reporting some shit when it's all happened. And I know you want to talk about it
Can
more.
I have this? Let me have
Please,
this.
yeah.
Let me have this.
You can have it.
I brought it up, but had
They're really not welcome.
Yeah, you introduced it. TMZ. Have
Take
seat.
a walk with us.
Come, hey, take this walk with me real quick. TMZ, you are filthy. You are disgusting. You are something to make me regurgitate. Anything that make me regurgitate, that resembles TMZ. TMZ, you reported this news before the police had a chance
To tell the family.
to inform Vanessa that her husband and her daughter had just passed away. For that, you are disgusting. I
wasn't even confirmed yet.
so sick of this era wanting to be the first to report or to do anything. TMZ, every chance you have to become a reputable platform, you always find a way to disgrace yourself. This is disgusting. The fact that TMZ reported this first and people started texting Vanessa before the police can contact this woman and inform her the proper way that her husband and her daughter had just passed in a crash. I'm so fucking sick of y'all. Like, y'all are fucking disgusting. And
Not only that though, but it got to a point where they wasn't sure and deleted the tweet.
Yeah.
They deleted it because they weren't sure, but they had it already reported it. It had been up 5-10 minutes. They deleted it, and then when they got confirmed, they put it back up.
Yeah.
Like, so that means you weren't even completely sure, and you killed this man. I mean, obviously he was a part of that crash, but
Yeah.
the,
I mean,
like he said, the
excuse me.
the fact that people want to be first,
They did that before.
they would be disgusting. To
They
be
did that
first.
before because they did that
And
with
it's
Wayne.
not, I don't even want to do TMZ. It was more than TMZ.
it was
They
some of
had
these
people
it
that-
was some of these news sites
It was
is
a-
nasty.
Somebody killed Rick Fox.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
said Rick Fox.
Somebody killed Rick Fox.
Rick Fox.
Rick Fox, a Rick Fox family member
You
had
wanna
to
know
come
who
on
it
and
is?
say,
You
Rick
wanna know
Fox
who
is
it
doing
is?
fine.
Because I know who it is.
I don't give a fuck who it is.
It was
All
A-
y'all nasty.
It was ABC.
Is it ABC?
And that's one of the people I actually thought was credible that I was waiting on to see it from. You know what I'm saying?
No, I found out that Rick
Fucking
Fox
disgusting.
he wasn't on there.
He ended up tweeting.
No, I followed his Vanessa Williams' daughter because I like the group and shit.
Which
that
one?
she
The
is.
oldest daughter?
The oldest daughter.
Natalia.
Yeah,
Natalia.
I follow the group. I think her
Okay,
name
I don't
IMB
follow
on
Natalia.
Instagram or whatever. But I like they band. Like she got some cool ass songs.
Okay.
So I followed it, and she was like, "No, my stepdaddy was not on this plane crash. Like I just talked to him."
Not stepdaddy, goddaddy.
Well,
Godfather,
Godfather said
Godfather,
that.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
she
yeah.
said something like that.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
damn,
yeah.
Rick Fox was
I know what you
damn.
meant. I know what you meant.
It was so nasty. It went from 5 people to Kobe and his family to Kobe and Rick Fox to not Rick Fox to
This fucking disgusting.
to his daughter wasn't on the plane.
To-
the-
yeah,
the- I mean the helicopter. To
disgusting.
his daughter was on. Like
Right.
it was
disgusting.
Wow.
that's nasty. That's nasty.
Absolutely.
Because
That's
I
nasty.
read,
That's
I
nasty.
read at one point there was like, none of his family members was on board of the helicopter.
And you
But-
texted that, 'cause I
told
say I
them-
was like, I hope
you
his
was
family
like, I
was
hope
on
his
there.
family.
And
I'm
you
like,
said
nah,
nobody
they
was on
already
there.
said nobody was on there. And then like 20, 30 minutes later, it was like, his daughter Gigi was on there.
I take.
Yeah, it's like
And I texted, I was like, one of his daughters
that's
was
so
on there.
fucking disrespectful, son. Like that's nasty for real. Like that's crazy.
TMZ?
That's crazy.
That shit had me looking funny because I was
Don't
like,
just single out
man,
TMZ because it was a lot of people.
just-
It was a lot of people.
But TMZ was
They was
first.
the worst. They was
Because they
the
was
worst. But I don't
first.
want them other people to slide.
nah.
I mean,
A lot of
our word don't
motherfuckers-
matter
a
anyway.
lot-
But
a lot
fucking
of- A lot of motherfuckers did that shit.
And I do want to say I watched the Lakers game. The tribute to the Lakers was beautiful.
Yeah.
Portland won the game. Ironic.
nobody won.
Nobody. Yeah.
And you know what's funny?
It was
You
a good
say that,
game, though,
But
to
know
be
what's
honest.
funny about Fresh saying that? Damian Lillard
Said the same thing.
said the same thing as Fresh said.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wins today.
Right.
You know, just love your family. Any grudge you have against anybody, man, let that shit go, bro.
Right.
It's not worth it to have to take that and never be able to reconcile something with somebody because they're gone. Just man, like Damian Lillard killed us last night. I don't blame him for it. Like he was paying tribute to
In
Kobe.
his own way, he's from California.
Yeah,
That was his way of,
And like
he
Fresh
went ham.
said in the group
He
message
went ham.
earlier, the irony, the Lakers lost by 8.
Loss of 8. Lost 8.
They lost number 8,
I didn't even realize that.
and they lost by 8. Bro, Kobe's here. Like, we lost Kobe in a physical form.
Right.
But Kobe will forever be in our hearts, in our minds for what we remember from him. And he's here, bro. Like, Kobe is here. He's everywhere. Now, he's never was able to be more places at once. Now he's finally able to be
He's a part of everybody he inspired.
in everybody he inspired, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's up to people like us to never let him die. We'll never let him die. We'll never let him die. Like I say, this memorabilia is worth at least a couple grand. It'll never get sold. None of this is for sale. This will get passed on to my son, and hopefully when he gets older, he realized the value of it, and he passed it down to his son. If God prevent that, you know, if God allows that, I should say.
Right.
You know.
Hey, y'all fucking with the new rules of 21? Instead of just scrapping that shit and saying, man, look, we playing Kobe.
Yeah, we playing Kobe.
Go to 24.
2s and 3s.
If
Twos and threes, and if you missed your 24
Go to
point,
8.
you go back to 8. I'm fucking with that. I'm fucking with that.
Well, that means you gotta fuck with the All-Star rules too. Jesus Christ.
I knew it was gonna end up like that.
You gotta fuck with the All-Star rules too, because the
I
All-Star
don't even know the All-Star.
The All-Star rules now, they changed it.
I knew they
Each
changed it.
quarter is an individual. It starts from
Mini
0. Whoever wins, it's a mini game. And then in the fourth quarter, whoever has the most points, you add 24 to his score.
And that's the point total you have to reach.
Yeah,
to win
so
the
whoever
game.
gets. So let's say hypothetically, the West have 105, the East have 101.
Right.
So you add 24 to that 105 because they got the highest goal. So it's 129.
Right.
First to 129 to win the game. You know what I mean? Both charities, the charities is
And that's
decided
that's after the how many quarters?
That's the third quarter.
after the third quarter.
And-
So they got
right,
3 mini
right,
games
right.
before that.
Before that, all right.
Yeah, so
Which I think the
All right, that's not too
is
crazy.
it like the points from the quarters going to
yeah,
charities or something?
yeah.
The Kobe charities or something?
Yep, the points go.
That's
Is
not
how
too
many
crazy.
thousands, get donated to the charity.
Quick question. Who pulling out the Kobe jersey in the dunk contest?
Who pulling up the Kobe jersey?
Somebody gonna do it.
I don't know who in the dunk contest.
They better do it justice. I know the white
Ja
in it.
Morant, the white.
Ja Morant got in?
I think he not in there. I can pull it up.
I thought he said it was a
I
game
can pull it up.
dunker. He not getting in. I know one of them foreign players in it. I can't remember his name. He was
Derrick
in one
Jones,
before.
Dwight Howard, Aaron Gordon, Ja Morant, and Zach LaVine.
Zach LaVine?
Zach LaVine playing.
Hold on, this can't be right.
No, that ain't right.
This can't be right.
That ain't
This
right.
can't be right.
That's 5 people, huh? It's 4 people.
Should be 5.
No, it's
Typically.
5, huh?
No, it's normally 4.
No, it's normally 5.
No, with this new, with the new shit,
New shit is
it'd
4.
be 4, yeah.
Damn.
But man, this crazy. You know what? I didn't think this was gonna be like this, but you see where we at.
Yeah.
I have no problem with
I
it
got no
being
problem
like
with
that.
I don't have no problem with that either. So
You wanna go?
I'm
You
gonna
wanna
go.
Dunk contest
I'ma
is
go-
Derrick Jones, Dwight Howard, Ja Morant, Zach LaVine.
So it's 5 people. 4.
Cool.
Derrick Jones, Dwight Howard, Ja Morant, and Zach LaVine.
Oh, so it's 4. All
Yeah.
right.
Aaron
So it
Gordon
was
not in
somebody.
there.
Aaron
It was
Gordon.
Aaron
Yeah, you
Gordon.
say Aaron Gordon. All
But
right.
Zach LaVine in there. I didn't think he was coming back.
Yeah, me neither.
Me neither.
So we're gonna go around the room and we're gonna get shout outs. You hear me? Just gonna be our Kobe Bryant appreciation show. We might hit y'all with a show in the middle of the week just to get off
The
everything
topics,
else.
other shit.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
everything else that
'Cause
we
we
had
still
to
got a
talk
whole
about.
bunch of
Because we
shit.
have a whole bunch of shit to talk to y'all about. 'Cause we gotta talk about this Grammy shit, boy. That girl Deborah, boy, I gotta talk to you.
Yeah.
Deborah Dugan.
That,
Deborah Dugan.
that,
Deborah Dugan.
I'm not gonna say the word.
Alright. Well, we ain't even got no time for shout outs. We just out.
We out. One cup. R.I.P. Cole.
Jeez.